You're watching KTN Primetime News. Welcome back. Now, today marks the last day in office of Inspector General of Police Joseph Boinnet, and President Uhuru Kenyatta is yet to nominate someone to take over from Boinnet. Sources indicate that there's high-level politics and lobbying for Boinet's likely successors, as all eyes remain fixed on the president, who will ultimately have to make a choice. Be that as it may, who are some of the front-runners in Boinet's succession race? What advantages do they wield, and what impediments stand in their way? Here's KTN News senior political reporter Duncan Haimba with that report. And of course, we will be bringing you that report in a short while. Just take a look at what are some of the big names that are featuring heavily to be the next Inspector General of Police, of course, to succeed Inspector General of Police Joseph Boinnet. Let's take a look at that report by Duncan Haimba.
Monday, March 2019, that will mark the last day in office for the country's second Inspector General of Police, Joseph Kipchirchir Boinnet. And that is why all eyes are now on President Uhuru Kenyatta, who chairs the National Security Council, whose members have been scratching their heads as they search for Boinet's successor. As it stands, the following have been touted as potential successors. They are Deputy Inspector Generals Edward Mbugua of Kenya Police and Nur Gabo from the Administration Police. The Director of Criminal Investigations George Kinoti, National Intelligence Service Chief Philip Kameru, National Police Service Corporate Communications Director Charles Owino, Kenya's Ambassador to Brazil Isaac Ochieng, Police Training College Commandant Kingori Mwangi, and also GSU Commandant Charles Kanja. However, there are some impediments that might stand in the way for some of these hitherto frontrunners. For instance, the appointment of Eliud Kinuthia by the President as National Police Service Commission Chair, who is awaiting approval by Parliament, complicates matters for DIGs Edward Mbugua, DCI George Kinoti, Philip Kameru, Kingori Mwangi, as well as Charles Kanja, owing to the fact that all the six come from Mount Kenya region and already they hold key positions in the service. Also, by having Edward Mbugua as Deputy Inspector General of Police impedes having someone else from Mount Kenya region becoming the IG, based on the question of inclusivity, a situation that works against Kingori Mwangi and Charles Kanja, with interior PS being Karanja Kibisho. Also, a second factor that might impede Edward Mbugua from succeeding his boss are reports that indicate he is set to retire in July this year. Another front-runner is Deputy Inspector General of Police Nur Gabo, whose biggest scare could be the Director of Public Prosecution Nurdin Haji. They both come from the same community, which might make it hard to have Gabo elevated for the same reasons of inclusivity. As for Charles Owino, his advantage is being an insider within the police service, having served as an instructor at CID training school, also having served as an OCS, OCPD and DCIO, who is said to enjoy goodwill from middle and lower ranks within the police. His major headache, though, is having served as police spokesman during the 2016-2017 period, in which NASA chiefs accused him of defending the police when issues were raised of police using excessive force against NASA supporters. Raila Odinga factor might be a scare to him in the event at some point the president opts to consult the wider political leadership. The other potential candidate is former National Counter-Terrorism Center Director Isaac Ochieng, who is current Kenya's ambassador to Brazil. Ochieng, who served as a personal assistant for 8 years to former Chief Spy Boinnet, who was an uncle to the current IG Joseph Boinnet, is considered an outsider given his background as a National Intelligence Service officer. The fact that he has been out of the country for a while as an envoy perhaps makes him appear being out of touch with goings-on within the service, and thus it may take him long to settle in for a period of service that is strictly 4 years. Well, now the ball is in the president's court. Duncan Hemba, KTN News.